Hey guys, what's up? Today we are checking out some really useful things that I found on Amazon, and without wasting any time, I would say that you should hit the subscribe button, but we'll go on to the first product. So let's quickly get started. Okay, so this is a electric drill duster. Duster. No, it's not a duster. It's a dust collector. Why did I say duster? Okay, so this is the electric drill dust collector. Now, we've checked out something like this in the past, but that was for basically collecting dust on the wall. And this one is interesting because this one can be used to collect the dust while drilling, and we can use it on the ceiling as well. And that is the intention over here. I wanted to try this out. We have some cameras that we have to install on the ceiling and security cameras. So this was something that we wanted to try for it. It's fairly simple. It opens up like this, and this area is what collects the dust. This does have a brush in there so that when you're sort of using your drill, the brush can sort of also clean it off and also prevent the dust from falling through the dust collector. So pretty cool idea, and most of these usually work. I want to see if it'll actually work on the ceiling as well. So this is why we have tried this one. So I paid $379 for it, and it's a fairly simple item. Some would argue that it should be cheaper, but it's actually something that can really help you and can save you a lot of time as well. So useful, I would say. And the price is also pretty decent. So you can go check it out if you guys are interested. Now, this one is something that I wanted to get for my car. So this is quite cool. And they call it they call it the gentleman style trash can. So this is basically a car trash can or a trash bin. And this, why I liked it was because this has a pop-up style lid. So that looks cool. And another cool thing about this is that it does come with these sort of replaceable garbage liners. I mean, the good thing is that unless you are throwing a lot of wet waste, you won't need a lot of these liners because you can just have one liner in there and then all your trash can basically go in there. So another cool feature that we just figured out is that you can actually open this up. So it'll make putting in this liner actually quite easier. So you sort of stuff it in like that, and this will go in like this, and this sort of locks into place. And then you have a garbage liner lined trash can for the car, and it should fit into the cup holder. We'll quickly test it out, and if it does, then I think I find it really useful, and I'm going to be putting it in my car. So I paid $14.99 for this, and typically car dustbins can be as low as 500 rupees. So we did a Top Tech recently, and in that we found a dustbin for 500 rupees. So you can have your pick. I find that this is extremely well made. It's got a solid outer cover and an inner cover, and the fact that you can put in garbage liners. The problem is that once you do run out of these liners, then what do you do to replace them? I'm not sure if I can find replacement liners, but the trash can itself is actually quite well made. So if you're interested, you can go check it out. We'll have links in the description below. This one is called the Hard All. So this is a solar lamp. It's a pretty smart looking lamp. Ideally, I would like to keep it like this, but you're supposed to keep it like this. So it has a touch sensor thing. That's all the light that it has. That's quite sad. Maybe it's not charged. Anyway, so this is an RGB lamp that you keep in your garden or whatever. And because this has a solar panel here, it'll charge during the day. And during the night, it'll give you some light. Instruction manual. It is ideal for an emergency lamp. How? Like you must be in dire emergency to need this as an emergency lamp. So it needs to be charged in the sun for 8 hours the first time. So we haven't really charged it. So that's why it's probably this dim. But more importantly, it does have some RGB elements. So it'll look cool if you have it in like your garden or patio or whatever. So we paid 617 rupees for this, which is fairly nice for a solar lamp. We'll keep it in the sun and we'll show you a shot of it on the screen right now. So you guys can decide whether or not to get it. So this one is, yeah. So this is what the product is. And if you don't know what it is, then I will demonstrate. Because this is something that I feel a lot of people will actually like using. And I just wanted to see if this is actually any good. So this is basically like a pedal bike. You put it under your desk. If you have a desk job, you're on the desk throughout the day and you're not getting any exercise. And if you want to get some exercise You just put this below your desk and you basically keep pedaling with this. This is also great for people who can't really walk but still have movement in their legs, so they can sort of get some motion going in, some exercise at home. Great for elderly people and great for people, like I said, if they're at work and they're not able to get any exercise in. So the idea is great. I wanted to see if it is actually useful, if I can possibly use it myself and get some additional exercise in. Just by the looks of it, I can tell you that if you have big feet like me, this thing is definitely not going to fit. This will probably fit like normal size feet, but because I have a large foot, then this thing will probably not fit. But I will give it a try nonetheless. So this is what it is. It's actually quite interesting. I probably will not recommend using this with a wheelchair, but this is definitely something that you can use. If you have a desk job, you're working all day and you have a fixed chair, then this is possibly something that you can use. And I would say that it's not very expensive. It's fairly expensive, but not very expensive if you look at some of the other exercise equipment that is available. So something that can give you a little bit of movement throughout the day, keep your legs moving. Go check it out. So we paid $16.50 for this, which I said, like, it's not very expensive for an exercise equipment, and it's built quite well, and it is foldable a little bit, so it does collapse into a smaller size. Although I would recommend that you are careful when you're doing this, because we have injured some people in the office because of this. But it folds into this size, which is not very small if you think about it. This tension knob, while it does increase the tension, it doesn't go all the way to a tight sort of a cycling effect. So you'll still have a little bit of free motion. So if you want like a proper cycle, like a spin cycle type of tightness in the bike, you will definitely not get that. This is definitely something that can give you a little bit of movement if you have a desk job or whatever. Like I mentioned, useful, but not very. So this is a all-in-one wrench. It has all of these sizes. So if you've used a wrench of any of these sizes, you can replace it with this. And how the mechanism works is that when I squeeze on the handles, you'll see that these sort of catchers sort of squeeze in. So they'll catch the bolt like this, and then you can tighten or loosen things. So I set up gym equipment recently. This would have been useful because they had different type of bolts. We'll go quickly try this out and see if this is actually useful. So we paid $6.99 for this. And honestly, if you want to just use a one-time thing, then I would recommend that you buy a single-use wrench because that is definitely much cheaper. So you can get a fixed size if you know that you're going to be tightening certain bolts. But if you have multiple things that you want to tighten, and then if you work on cars or DIY work on bikes or whatever, this can be useful for that as well because they use a lot of different types of nuts and bolts. Definitely for DIY projects, this is not a bad product. If you want something like this, you can go check it out. We'll have links in the description below. Let's check out the next product. Okay, so this is a handheld vacuum cleaner by this company called Geek. And the name of the product is, I don't even know how to say, Galantois is the Galantois, ladies and gentlemen. Why I thought this would be useful is because this is basically a cheap Dyson vacuum cleaner. So it even has the same catchers in the top of the vacuum here. So it's basically the same design as Dyson. Obviously Dyson has like a brushed metal finish over here. This is more like powder coated, which is not a bad finish to have on a vacuum cleaner, to be quite honest. So we have the charger here. So we have the brush tool. And it appears to be a motorized brush tool. We'll have to see if it is actually motorized. It actually looks not bad. It actually is extremely identical to a Dyson vacuum cleaner. That sounds interesting at least. So let's see if this does have a motorized brush tool at the end. It does. It does even have the light. Oh my God, this thing is so loud. So it did get some dust already. So it definitely has some capability. So you can see some dust. So we do have some additional attachments here. So you have a flexible hose attachment, which is broken. I have fixed the vacuum cleaner. It came broken, but I have fixed it. So you do have this dock, but it does not hold the vacuum cleaner as such. Like you can't hang it from this. You need to have the leg attachment attached, and then that will rest on the floor. And this will sort of hold it on the wall. So that is useful. The idea is that this is a cordless vacuum cleaner and you have a battery over here. The battery is a 2200 milliamp hour battery. So it should last you a fairly long time. This is how it opens up. So there is a proper filter, a paper filter here. And then you do have a mesh filter in there as well to prevent dust from going into the motor. Fairly powerful vacuum cleaner and fairly useful for everyone. Now the Dyson vacuum cleaners are bloody expensive. They start anywhere from 15 to 20,000 rupees for the cheapest one, which is almost like 3 years old now, and go all the way up to 50,000 rupees. And this one has a cool feature that only the latest Dyson vacuum cleaner has, and this has a light in the front. So you can actually see the dust when you're cleaning it up from the floor. So that's good. And you do have a motorized brush tool here. So it does have a motor that rotates the brush when you're trying to clean stuff off the floor. So it is basically chucking dust into the vacuum while you're cleaning. So pretty cool. It's obviously not built as well as a Dyson. The plastics and this metal, not the greatest quality. I don't know how long the battery will last. But if you want a cheaper vacuum cleaner for quick cleanups around the house, this one is not bad for that. So we paid 8,000 rupees for this. And in comparison, let me see what a basic Dyson vacuum is. Bear in mind, this is not going to be as powerful. This is not going to be as well built. It's probably not going to get any kind of warranty support. I'm not sure. So for Dyson vacuum cleaners, you can see that they cost anywhere from 30,000 rupees over here, 34,000 over there, 54,000 here. So they are pretty expensive. So in comparison, this for 8,000 rupees is a steal. But for 8,000 rupees, you can get a corded vacuum cleaner, and it's going to be able to clean up your entire house, and it'll have enough suction power to clean out dirt from basically anywhere. But if it's portability and a pretty cool looking design, if you ask me, if that's what you want, then you can get this. I would recommend getting some earbuds or something to block out the sound, because this thing is loud. Next product. So these are squeaky clean soap tablets. Now I would say that they're really useful, but it totally depends on your hygiene levels. So these are interesting soap tablets. They come in these almost mint boxes. So if you buy mint or any kind of candy from the store, you'll find that they usually come in boxes like these. Environmental message over here: do not waste water. Highly recommended. So these are basically, don't eat these. I mean, I don't know if you can eat these, but don't eat these. So this is basically a mini one-time use soap. So if you're traveling, especially to remote areas where finding soap is difficult, this is great to have with you at all times. As far as price goes, you'll be surprised to know that these cost as much as maybe 10 bars of soap. So a pack of 3 of these, we paid $3.99 for it. You think about it, you could probably get like 10 or more. Like depending on what soap you're buying, you probably get like 20 bars of soap for that price. So it totally is the coolness factor. Imagine going on a date and giving your date a soap tablet. She will be impressed. Trust me, boys, try it. She will be impressed. The cool factor is that you get 3 of these and they are portable. You can have them in your bags, in your pockets, in your luggage. So this one is charcoal. This one is lemon chamomile. It actually smells like synthol. So this one has a very nice fragrance. And these one look different as well. So they look more like Hajmola. I mean, depends on what you're looking for. This is vanilla coconut. Yeah, I can definitely smell a bunch of coconut in there. So these are also naturally made soaps. That's good because they're not using any chemicals or such. So again, so you're getting good quality soap, you're getting portable soap, you're getting the cool factor out of it. Otherwise, you can buy 10 different types of soap and just carry the entire soap with you, man. Why do you need these tablets? So it's totally up to you. I think this is cool and I definitely think it's useful. So this is the charcoal one. These are completely black. And yeah, so they're charcoal. I'm not sure if they do have a really nice smell. I mean, compared to the other stuff, compared to the vacuum cleaner, this is nothing for cleanliness. Like, it's absolutely nothing. I would totally say that buy it just for the cool factor. I mean, people spend money on all sorts of nonsense. Some people who smoke spend so much money on smoking. Why? Buy soap. It'll keep you clean. And this is all natural soap as well. I don't know. I like it. That's it for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to smash the like button, hit the subscribe button. If any of the products you like that we bought, you can find them in the description below. And I'll see you guys in the next one.